This is a 10-year-old computer that came out of a storage unit, and the person that brought it to me just wants to repurpose the computer. So the question is, can we still load Windows 11 25H2 on a 10-year-old computer in 2026? Let's find out. Alright, this computer was brought to me. The person that brought it to me got it out of a storage unit that their daughter acquired, so they don't know the person that owned the PC previously. So there's no point in trying to unlock it for them. It just needs to be wiped out and have Windows 11 loaded on it. Now, according to the manufacturer date, it is circa 2016, so it obviously would have Windows 10 pre-installed. It is an Acer Aspire, but the question I have is even after installing Windows 11, would it even be a good experience? Because this Celeron processor wasn't any good 10 years ago when it was brand new. So how will it function in a Windows 11 environment? We're going to find out. I'm going to use my flash drive that I have here. We'll go download Rufus, and then we'll go to Microsoft's site and download the latest build of Windows 11 25H2, and we'll see if we can install it on this computer. And please note that what I'm attempting here will likely work on this PC. That does not mean it will work on your PC. I'm also not doing an upgrade. This is a clean install, which is much more likely to work than trying to upgrade a 10-year-old computer. So this is a project I'm attempting. Your mileage may vary. Make good decisions for you. Try it at your own risk. Let's go. Now, using a browser of your choice, just head over to Rufus. I'm just going to type in Rufus, but you need to make sure it's this website, rufus.ie. Then we're just going to come all the way down here to where it says latest releases, and we'll grab the latest version. I prefer the portable version. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Now by default, it will go to your downloads folder. I'm actually going to select a different folder on my desktop that I've created, test 3. So I'm going to click save. And then you can see that that has already downloaded. So if I open that folder, we'll see the rufus.exe. Next, I'm going to go back to my main search engine, and I'm just going to type in Windows 11 download. And that will take me to the official Microsoft site where I'm going to click on download Windows 11. I'm going to scroll down here to create Windows 11 installation media. I'm going to click the download now, which is going to download the media creation tool. In my folder I created test 3. For you, this might just be your downloads folder, and I'm going to click save. Now if I open that folder, I now have Rufus and my media creation tool, to which I'm going to go ahead and double click that media creation tool. I'm going to click, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? And I'm going to say yes. And now the tool is going to prepare to download. All right, here we're going to accept the license agreement. I'm going to go with the English language and the regular Windows 11. And I'm going to uncheck this box here because this is not the settings for this PC. Although I could leave it selected, it's really just regional settings and such. I'm going to click next. This is the important part. Do not click USB flash drive. We want the ISO file. And I'm going to click next. I'm going to choose that same folder that I created, test 3. For you, this may just be your downloads folder. And I'm going to click save. Now this tool will go through its process. We'll take a few minutes, so we'll skip ahead until it's complete. All right, now that it's finished, I'm just going to click finish. And now we have the 3 items in our folder, or your downloads folder. I don't need the creation tool anymore. I'm going to delete that. Now I've got Rufus and my Windows ISO. I'm going to double click on Rufus. I'm going to select yes for the user account control. I'm going to allow Rufus to do updates. With my flash drive plugged in, it is recognizing it here. I'm going to select that Windows ISO that we just downloaded. I'm going to double click that, and it's going to automatically select a GPT scheme. If you're attempting this on a computer that's not older than 10 years old, it should be GPT. If you have an MBR scheme, you're going to have to do additional setup to convert that before you can even attempt Windows 11. And we're not going to cover that in this video because I really don't even recommend doing this on a 10-year-old computer. So anything older than that, I really don't recommend. I'm going to go with the settings here that Rufus has selected. I'm going to click Start. I'm going to select, in addition to the first two that are checked by default, this is going to remove the requirement for 4 gigs of RAM, secure boot, TPM 2.0. It's also going to remove the requirement for a Microsoft account. I'm just going to create a local account and give it a default name of owner. And I'll actually go ahead and let it set regional options to the same value as this user. I'm going to disable data collection and disable BitLocker automatic device encryption. Then I'm going to click OK. It's going to warn me that Rufus is going to erase the drive. I'm okay with that. I'm going to click OK. And now Rufus will go through its process. That will take a few minutes. We'll skip forward until that is complete. Rufus has completed. All right, so now that Rufus is completed, I'm going to take the flash drive that I created on my PC and plug it into the PC that I'm going to be working on. And I just have this little USB dongle here so I can plug everything into here. I don't have to try to plug it into this PC. I'm going to plug that flash drive right in there, and I'm going to reboot into the flash drive. For me, the boot key on an Acer is F12. For you, that could be something different. I'll put up a graphic here that shows some of the common ones like I normally do. I'm going to go ahead and power this computer on, boot from this flash drive. Also, I'm not connected to the internet on this system. You have much better luck on an older PC doing the Windows installation not connected to the internet. I'll do all of the updates and all of that fun stuff after Windows 11 is installed. So let's go. You can see the Acer menu into the boot menu, and I'm going to select my first one there. Partition 1 would be where my installation's at. I'm going to hit enter. All right, so we're going to be at the language settings screen, and I'm going to keep the language and time and currency format here the same and just click next. I'm going to keep my US keyboard format. I'm going to go with install Windows 11, and I agree everything will be deleted, including files, apps, and settings, and click next. All right, on the license screen, I'm just going to click accept. Now I'm going to come through here and delete everything that it will let me delete except for my flash drive down here, which is here and here. But all the rest of this, if it highlights and allows me to delete, I'm deleting it. And what I'm going to end up here with is 465.8 gigabytes of unallocated space, so I'm going to click next there. And we're on the ready to install screen. It says install Windows 11 Home and keep nothing. I'm going to click install. And we are installing Windows 11, and I will skip forward to the next screen where we need to take action. Still going about 20 minutes in now, but no issues, and it's installing. We'll check back when it's done. While we're waiting on this, do me a favor, please like and share the video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me grow and get my message out to more people. Thank you, and let's get back to the PC. All right, we are at the Let's Connect You to a Network. It is actually giving me the option here of I don't have internet. So we're gonna go ahead and click that. It's doing some final setup. At this point, there were no errors, so there should be no issues going into Windows. All right, and now we are in Windows 11. Just going to come over here to System. You can see that 4 gigs of RAM and that Intel Celeron processor. Now, I'm going to go ahead and connect to the internet, make sure that my Windows activates, and then I will start the updates. I imagine the updates on this system is going to take quite some time, but I will do the updates and then come back to let you know if there were any issues with that. I'm going to hop back over here to settings. I'm going to hop over here to Windows updates, and it is now checking for updates. This is going to take quite some time, so I'll check back in once these updates have completed. And we have completed updates without issue. One other thing that I should have checked that I did not, let's make sure Windows picked up all of my device drivers. Since this is an older PC, and everything looks good, I will also check to make sure Windows activated. I'm going to head back over to System, About. I'm going to go to Product Key and Activation. My activation state is active, so we got our Windows updates. We successfully activated our Windows. Now I will come in here and clean up some of this stuff and help try to speed up this Windows 11 installation as much as we can on a 10-year-old computer with a Celeron process. But hey, it is what it is. And that's all for this video. And there you have it, Windows 11 2.5H2 on a 10-year-old computer found in a storage unit. Again, your mileage may vary. My success rate here was mostly due to the fact that I was not trying to migrate an older version of Windows. I did a clean install of Windows 11, and of course using Rufus, because that's what bypassed all of those Windows 11 hardware requirements. And like I state in all of my videos, your CPU must contain SSC 4.2 or it will not run Windows 11, period. There's no bypass for that. That's an instruction set in the CPU that Windows 11 requires, or they don't speak the same language. Don't forget to like and share the video, and please subscribe to the channel. Help me get to that next level, and it also gets my message out to more people and helps the channel grow. Don't forget to check out some of these other video suggestions, and as always, thank you for watching, and until next time.